You better start wearing sunglasses everywhere you goddamn go now.
Yeah, I might bring one of those sticks so that people poke around on the
blind
ground.
sticks?
People
Yeah,
just
I
don't
know,
know.
man. Oh, you put one of those in the wrong spot. Can you imagine that? The blind guys are going to be the next. They're going to be the first ones in jail.
Yeah, motherfucker. We're gonna take it up a few notches right now. See if y'all can keep up. Wanna give a motherfucker.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 22 of the ScruffCast. I'm Dan.
And I'm John.
And today, we changed things up a little here in the ScruffCast studio, as we like to call it.
Yeah, we're trying to, inject a little life into the podcast, spice it up.
That's right. So we're sitting in each other's spots.
So we did a little swapperoo.
Swapperoo. We actually were planning to record this outside. Thought that'd be nice, but
Yes, it was a beautiful day here
too
today.
many mosquitoes and those scary centipedes.
Yeah, whew. Give me the
What are house
heebie-jeebies.
centipedes. Terrifying. We also have the basketball game in the background here, so we may get a little distracted as this goes on. Although John has his back towards it, so
Yes.
he might
No
be
wonder Dan wanted to switch spots.
This is the reason. But I'll tell you what, John, I'm feeling 100% today.
Oop.
Last week it was
You're
60.
bringing it.
Last week it was 60%. Today I'm feeling good. Feeling good today. But despite all that, I'll tell you why I'm not cut out to save a life, John.
Oh, okay, let's hear it, Dan.
I'll explain more. So, I don't know if you heard the story. There was a guy who was in France, I believe. I don't know if it was in Paris, but it was in France. So, guy's walking down the street, and he sees a toddler hanging from a balcony, like of an apartment. It's 4 stories up, hanging there by his arm. So this guy, anyway, saw the kid hanging there, climbed up the 4 stories, like he just like free climbed up the balconies, climbed all the way up, and saved this baby, which is pretty remarkable. He's being like hailed as a hero now.
Yeah.
And what else? Oh, the mayor is also going to try to get him citizenship. He's like he's an immigrant from Mali.
Yes.
Do you know where's Mali?
I don't know.
I
I don't know. Somewhere
thought
like
you're gonna have the answer to that.
somewhere like the Indonesian area.
He seems
I'm just
black.
taking
He
a guess.
looks black. This guy.
Mali has black people, I guess.
I suppose.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
don't see why they couldn't. And he's also been offered a job as a firefighter there.
I know, is that a climb?
Yeah. In all this, anyway, it's reminded me, I guess, that I would be unfit to save that child's life. If that was me walking down the street, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could climb up. Well, but in fairness, I don't think there's a lot of people who could climb up 4 stories just on balconies.
I don't think so. I'd have to imagine it's probably in the low single digits. The percentage of people who would walk by not only have the ability to climb up the building, but also be like, yeah, I'm going to climb up that building. Like if you're walking by, you're either going to be like, oh, damn, there's a baby hanging up there. And like look around for help.
Yeah.
Or you're like looking around and be like, nobody else is freaking out. They're like, that's not a real baby.
I think I'd be the person like, someone's got to save that baby.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
someone else has got to do it, not me.
Yeah, whenever you watch like a superhero movie.
There's the woman, like,
The woman, yeah.
oh no, someone must save him.
Yeah, that would be us.
Yeah. We would not be Spider-Man going up there
No.
and saving him. Yeah, it's like yesterday, I was showing you earlier, I bought that Blitz ball. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but they're these like kind of like plastic balls, like baseballs that can like do curves and all this stuff. They're pretty cool anyway. So we went out last night, like me, my family, and everything, to a park, and we were just like playing with them and stuff. And like it was pretty warm out, but man, I was just sweating just from like trying to hit the ball, just chase the ball around. I was like soaked in sweat. I had to come home and shower. I would not be fit to save a life. But it makes me like it makes me wonder like maybe like what if I was ever put into that situation?
Oh,
I want to be prepared. I want to be able to save that life.
Oh, baby's got no chance.
Oh,
I'm reading here in the article, the guy's only 22.
oh boy. So he's like much younger than we are.
Yeah.
Not much, but younger.
Our baby saving days are behind us now.
Yeah. I was in my peak form too at 22, so
Yeah.
it's downhill for him from there. But yeah, it was like I was at work one day. This is years ago now, and there was a girl who had a seizure right in front of us, right on the ground, and like it got me thinking after, like, man, I gotta prepare myself for situations like this. What if this happens again? I don't know what to do in these situations. What if you run into somebody who's having a heart attack? You know?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know what to do.
I'm gonna have a heart attack myself just from the stress.
You could be having a heart attack right now, John, and you'd probably die. I wouldn't know what to do. You know?
That's very comforting.
I'm just saying.
Well,
I'd call 911, and then I'd probably drag you up the stairs.
I mean, I would say
probably
the same
couldn't
thing.
lift you. I probably couldn't, fireman carry you.
You only got to go
up.
up like 4 or 5 steps, and you can boot me out in the backyard, get some fresh air.
I guess I could, yeah. Yeah.
Get your dog. Help pull me up.
It's situations like that,
Tie
though,
pizza
you know what
slice
I mean?
around my neck.
And that guy apparently, too, people are like, oh, like, what? Why did you go save him? And his response was like, because it was a child.
Yeah, if it was an adult, you're like, eh.
Like, what a hero, eh? Like,
yeah, I know.
Man. Like, forever, that guy will always be. This goes back to, like, the train movie, the 1517 to Paris.
Yeah.
Not Brussels.
Not Brussels.
And, like, those guys who saved the thing. And then they got to make a movie. Maybe this guy becomes a firefighter, gets to make a movie about him saving this thing. That'd be a short movie. It'd be a short film, you know?
Honestly, though, if I was this guy, I would immediately, I take the firefighting job, and I would immediately start writing the book.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, how long is the book? So, I went to Price Chopper up the street. I'm walking back with a bag of carrots in my hand, and then I see this baby, and I look up, and I'm like, damn, that's a baby. And then I climbed up 4 stories, and I saved that baby.
Unfortunately, I had to leave the carrots behind.
And then, yeah, that's the whole book.
And that's it.
But, I'd stretch it out, for sure. I bet he's already hit 1 million followers on Twitter.
You can make a good pop-up book with that,
yeah.
You know? Like it opens up, and there's just, like, the apartment balconies, and then there's a little baby, like, hanging that swings back and forth. Like, remember, like, the little plastic monkeys that would, swing?
Like a monkey in a barrel.
That. Yeah, monkeys in a barrel. It would be like that with the little baby. Whoa, help me.
You just give it a catchy title like, oh, baby, somebody save that baby.
That would not be it.
Well, smarter people than me will be marketing the book.
I suppose you're right. All right. That's enough saving babies for one day.
That was, some people who are accomplishing lots with their lives. Now sort of on the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yes.
So, for the listeners, there's been a story that's been developing, just I'd say over the past couple weeks or so. An article came out about this family in New York, New York State, I believe it's like Syracuse, and their son, who his name is Michael Rotondo. Now, if I'm this guy, I don't want my story being blown up all over the news, but I mean, once your story makes a ScruffCast, you're kind of a big deal.
It's his own kind of doing, but you'll explain further.
Yes, so I'll just read you the headline here. New York parents sue 30-year-old son who refuses to move out, which is like, well, that's kind of bizarre.
Yeah.
So when you read into the article, basically says this guy, he's 30 years old, he's still living with his parents. Now, there's plenty of people who live with their parents at 30. But what makes this case, bizarre is it says that he doesn't pay rent or help with chores, and he doesn't have a job.
Yeah, he doesn't have a job.
He doesn't have a job. He just refuses to get a job.
And by the sounds of it, he's kind of never really worked.
Yeah. He's basically living the dream.
Yeah.
Right? And he somehow managed to keep it going. So it got to the point where his parents actually were like, I imagine in most scenarios like this, the parents would be like, okay, son, you've got to move out. You got to get a job. Fair enough. But it got to the point where they sent him eviction letters. Like, you have to move. Like, not once, not twice, 5 times he's been served with eviction letters. So I'm reading here. They sent him a first eviction letter all the way back in February, and it said, you are hereby evicted. No, actually, sorry, that was the second eviction letter. I'm trying to find it here. Oh, the first eviction letter, I love it. It says, we have decided you must leave this house immediately. Dated February 2nd.
This is just brutal, too. This is his parents telling him this.
They've had enough. Like, can you imagine what sitting around the dinner tables like at that house? Oh, did you happen to check your mail? We slid under your door upstairs. And he's like, oh, yeah, I thought it was a joke. So then he ignored the letter. I don't know how you do that living in the house with the 2 parents, but he ignored it. And then they got a lawyer to help them draft up a proper eviction letter that says, you are hereby evicted.
Mm-hmm.
A legal enforcement procedure will be instituted immediately if you do not leave by March 15th. So they give him like a month notice. And then obviously he didn't move, and they sent him 2 more letters. And then it got to the point where the parents actually went to court to like actually sue him to be like, you gotta leave. So they went to court, and I believe earlier this month, and then the judge actually ruled, and they ruled in favor of the parents that the 30-year-old son has to move out. So the quotes by this guy are amazing, like when you read through the article. So New York State Supreme Judge Donald Greenwood ruled that he must leave the home of his parents. So, it actually got to the point, too, where they offered to help him find an apartment and give him $1,100 to help cover the cost of moving and living expenses.
Yeah.
They're pretty much just like, please, get the hell out of my house.
We'll pay you to leave.
Yeah.
Quick update here.
Yeah.
Golden State beat Houston 101-92. So it's going to be 4 years in a row, Golden State, Cleveland in the finals.
All right, that was this week's sports update.
All right.
So back to Michael Rotondo news. So he refused to move out. His parents even offered to give him $1,100, and he wasn't biting. He's like, "Nah, why do I need $1,100? I got a free home."
Yeah.
So the judge ruled in favor of the parents, and then the guy was complaining he wasn't given enough notice. So here's a quote directly from him. It seems to me like I should be provided with, 30 days or so, because generally you get 30 days after you're found, to have to vacate the premises. So I'm expecting something like that. But realistically, if that's not the case, I don't know. And that's the whole quote from him. And basically it just says he plans to appeal the decision.
What's funny is, like, I was just watching a little bit earlier. There's, like, a video of him, like, in the court and stuff. And so he's, like, giving his reasoning and this and that, whatever. And the judge, like, kind of turns to him and says, you know what? I have to say I am impressed you've done your research about, like, all the legal aspects of this case.
And then, like, free time.
Yeah, but this guy's response was just like, oh, well, it was dead simple. I just, like, I go on Google. It's like, it's 2-3 minutes and I find all the information. It's dead simple.
He's not doing himself any favors.
He's not doing himself any favors. Like, hey, judge, lawyers, this is really easy what you guys do. Like, that's the response from a 30-year-old who doesn't have a job, still living at their parents' house.
Well, maybe he doesn't have a job because he's just like on another level, Dan. We're here, we're like sitting at the middle of the gauge. This guy, he's at the top. He's up here. He's above all of us mere mortals. So he's just like, I don't need a job. Nothing will be intellectually stimulating for me. I'm too smart.
Yeah, no, you're right about that.
I have a feeling that's probably how this guy thinks.
Like, it's just brutal that his parents are like, they're evicting him from their house. It's pretty nasty, man.
You must leave this home immediately, is what the eviction letter said.
That family dynamic will never be the same again.
Well, he says he plans to appeal the decision. Let's say the judge is like, they go through the appeal and the judge is like, you know what, actually, sir, you were correct. You do not have to leave the home. Then what? He's still going to live at home?
He's still going to live at home.
The parents are just like,
parents will appeal that, I'm sure. And
let's say they get to the end of this chain of appeals. It's just like, all right, well, back to normal. Like, these poor parents, like, they're going to kill this kid.
I know.
Well, they're going to kill this man. It's not even a kid.
What would you do if your parents came to you with an eviction notice? Because, spoiler alert, we both still live at home.
But we're not 30.
We're not 30, and we have jobs.
Yes. We have very successful careers outside of our international podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be like, this is ridiculous. Is this a real letter? Like, just some Judge Judy type stuff.
Yeah, like, imagine they give you, like, the court papers. Like, listen, we're taking you to court.
Sitting there playing PlayStation, they kick the door down. Poof! you just got served. What? What the hell's going on?
Mom, come on.
Yeah, I'd be like, jeez, okay. You could have just told me over dinner, like, we're eating chicken tenders in 10 minutes. Like, give me a break. Yeah, I don't know. Oh man, that would be bizarre.
I know. I couldn't imagine it. I'd be so heartbroken.
Yeah,
it would be like such a shot. Like, God,
like straight to the heart. You're like, am I this bad as a son?
I would.
You need to give me legal notice to get out of your way.
I would pack a bag and immediately walk out the door, find a place to stay, and I'd say, I'll be back in 3 months for the rest of my things. Because it would take me that long to get over that. Like,
you got the little, like the hobo bag on the stick.
Yeah, I'd feel so just demoralized. I'd feel terrible if it came down to that. You know what I mean? That they had to evict me.
Now imagine that happens, and you just go, I like it here. And then they do that 4 more times. And you're not moving.
In fairness to these people,
right?
they gave him, like so many options. And then in the end, he still has the balls to be like, well, they should at least give me 30 days. Dude, they gave you like 3 months. They tried to evict you so many times.
I know. Like, can you imagine those parents, like, they're sitting down together and they're like, all right, what are we going to do about Michael? Like, do we finally write the note? He's just not listening to us. So they sit down, they draft this letter. The mom's sitting there, she types it up, they print it out, slip it under his door or something. I don't know how they're delivering this to him. And then they're like sitting there, they go to bed that night, they're crossing their fingers, and they're just like, we did the right thing, honey. He's really going to make a name for himself now. He's going to get the idea. And then they wake up and he comes down for breakfast the next morning because he's got no job. And they're just like, so? And he's just like, nah. Like, what the hell?
Nah.
And then they do it 4 more times. And then they have to take him to court. Like, these poor parents have to spend, like, all this money on, like, legal fees.
This is exactly what I was about to say. It's like, think about how much money this family is spending on lawyers and stuff. Well, I don't think he's spending any money. I think he's defending himself. So I don't think he's spending any money. He doesn't have it to begin with.
Of course he's defending himself. Why not?
He gets his own lawyer to also defend him. My client deserves to stay at home.
And charges it back to his parents.
Yeah.
Right? Because he has no job.
Yeah. His parents are paying for the lawyer that's trying to go after them. Imagine.
Yeah, they're willingly paying for the lawyer because that's how much they want to get him out of there. They're paying for his lawyer.
Come on, Michael, you got to get it together here. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yeah, he said he plans to appeal, and based on the convictions of this guy, I believe he will.
He's for sure gonna appeal.
I have no doubt he's gonna appeal, and we're gonna hear more of this story. I even saw he was like on like doing like some internet talk shows and stuff. Like he's starting to make the rounds.
No way.
Yeah. He was on like InfoWars with Alex Jones, which is like some crazy conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I know who he is. He is crazy. That
guy. That's a whole
other topic.
Talking about crazy, but yeah, it was bizarre. So on one end of the spectrum, you got random young 22-year-olds being like, "I'm gonna go save that baby," and then just getting rewarded with all these nice things. And on the other hand, you got this guy, and he's literally being like dragged out of the house through this legal process.
It's like this guy from Mali. He's like, probably lived a hard life growing up. You know, he illegally immigrated to France to try to have a better life. And this guy's been living his cushy life in the suburbs of Syracuse.
Yeah,
which
they look like they got a nice house.
A suburb because it's Syracuse. And he's just been living in his basement, I'm assuming.
Bizarre.
Maybe not, yeah.
But, Dan, sometimes people, they grow up, they get jobs, they move out, and they still manage to mess everything up.
Even with their jobs.
Even with their jobs. So, do you want to take the lead on this next story here?
I suppose so. So here in Toronto, this story actually happened a couple months ago, I believe. 2 police officers in Toronto ate some edibles, some marijuana edibles, and got so high that they had to call the police to help them. So
the police calling the police.
The police calling the police, essentially. So now it turns out they're being charged. But anyway, the whole story is... I gotta find this here. It's so funny. Okay, yeah. So the 2 officers allegedly ate the marijuana edibles during a shift, then called for help when one of the constables got stuck in a tree. So these 2 cops got so high, one of them got stuck in a tree, and they had to call more cops to help them.
Yeah, the other one was like, oh, man, I can't solve this mystery by myself. I need backup. I need to call the police.
And then, like, a funny thing, too, is, like, so after the backup comes, the police comes, and a female police officer responding to the scene slipped and fell, sustaining a serious head injury in the course of removing one of the officers from the tree. Like, this just seems like... can you imagine watching this all play out? It's like one of those old, like, silent films.
Yeah, it's got
where they're like all the wacky stuff and they keep slipping and falling, trying to help each other. That's what I pictured this whole
Imagine how pissed off you'd be if you were this female police officer who came to help. And like, God damn it, I got to help these dumbasses out of the tree because they obviously messed up. And then you slip and you get injured. Oh, man, I would be pissed.
You bunch of idiots.
The office Christmas party is going to be super awkward that year.
Oh, yeah. Well, these two guys are going to get in major trouble because I think they took the edibles from like a raid.
Yeah.
From a drug raid. So it's not like, they just bought these off to the side. Like, no, they took like evidence, I guess, technically.
Yeah.
Ate it. And found themselves in this situation.
Insane. Yeah, they participated in a dispensary raid.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So then they actually ended up getting charged. Both officers, they were arrested and charged with attempt to obstruct justice and breach of trust. It's bad enough going to jail as a cop. Then it's like, what are you in here for? And, some guy's like, oh, I'm in here for triple homicide. And then these guys are like, oh, man, I ate some edibles and got stuck in a tree. But I'm a police officer, so it made it all the worse.
I know, if he's just a regular human being, no issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just like, oh, look at this idiot.
Yeah, no issue at all. I'm trying to find their division, like where
13 division.
Yeah. I just don't know where that is. For the local people of Toronto, we can find out. So
they were suspended with pay per the terms of the Police Services Act. That's a pretty sweet act. You mess up and then you just get suspended with pay.
Yeah, I know, eh? Eglinton and Allen Road. That's where that police station is. So it's downtown-ish.
So they're scheduled to appear in court June 7th, which is sometime next week.
Next Thursday.
Yep. So maybe a couple more weeks we can have an update on this story. I don't know how exciting that will be. Maybe just be like, they got charged. Which I can't see how they're getting out of this one. Not getting charged.
No. It's just so funny that they had to call for more police to help them. Like these guys got so high, one of them climbed a tree and then couldn't get out, and the other one's probably sitting at the bottom of the tree like, oh man, I can't get him out of the tree.
He's freaking out. So if the police have got to call the police, is he like pulling out his phone and dialing 911? Or is he like
just calling up one of his buddies?
He picks up the phone, he dials, and the guy in the tree's phone starts ringing. He's like, oh, shit.
Oh, what do we do now?
Yeah. We've explored all our options. We got nowhere to go.
I know. Yeah, I guess I could just go back to the car and just walkie-talkie, right?
We need backup. A bunch of criminals ran by and roughed us up pretty good, and they threw Johnson up in a tree. Oh, it was just crazy. So the female police officer's like, I'm on my way. She comes to help and slips. Oh, man, I'd be so mad.
That's almost the funniest part of this thing, this woman who just slips and falls somehow. It was in January, so maybe it was icy, but
yeah,
just to add insult to injury.
Oh, yeah, if I'm this woman, I'm super pissed.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, who would you rather be? The guy living at home when he's 30? His parents are suing him? Or these guys? They had jobs, and they managed to
and they will never have jobs again. Not as cops, anyway, that's for sure.
Rough stuff.
Yeah, I think I'd rather be the guy living at home.
Alrighty.
Trying to turn this TV off. Couldn't turn it off now. Game's over.
On to the next story?
Sure, let's go.
But wait. What? First, what if our listeners have had opinions on these stories they want to write in and tell us?
Oh! They can email us. At ScruffCast@gmail.com.
Oh, we had a nice harmony there.
That was a
ScruffCast@gmail.com. Or they can tweet us at ScruffCast. Or I know you guys are out there right now listening to it on YouTube. So leave a comment and tell us what you think.
Yeah.
What do you think of these two bumbling buffoons eating these edibles, getting in trouble? Or the guy who will never leave his house?
Oh, I thought you were talking about us. Us two.
Bumbling buffoons, but no edibles here.
No edibles here, no.
Family-friendly podcast. Yeah, if you're out there listening on YouTube right now, hit that thumb up, leave a comment, let us know what you think. Follow us on Twitter. Email us your thoughts. We know you people are out there and you're probably thinking, but the ScruffCast, the bar of quality is so high. What if I don't have any competent ideas? That's okay. You send us some turds. We'll put frosting on the top. We'll pretend they're cupcakes. We'll tell the rest of the listeners they don't need to know the rough shape these ideas came.
That's true, yeah. We'll kind of edit it a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, we got to save this, though. We need this for our last 5 minutes, so don't talk too much more.
Yeah.
We're just going to repeat this whole thing in 20 minutes from now. So let's just
5 minutes of promo.
Let's just get to that, and we'll do more.
All right, on to the next story. some of the stories, you just got to read the headline to really take it in. So I'll read it for you here. Teen posts school up for sale on Craigslist as prank. Now he can't graduate, which is amazing.
Yeah. So this was it was like a graduation, like a senior prank type thing. So this kid from Kansas City decided it would be funny to post his high school up for sale on Craigslist, which is very funny.
I don't think I've ever heard of this idea before. That's amazing.
No, that is a really good one.
Tip my hat to this kid.
So it was he put it up for sale for the bargain price of $12,275 last week. Now, the problem comes from how he worded the
ad.
The ad, thank you.
Yeah.
How he worded the ad. So he wrote that the reason for the sale was the loss of students coming up. Now, of course, with all the school shootings and stuff like that have been going on recently, there was kind of a big investigation into this, and there was I think it was the Craigslist was subpoenaed.
Oh, Craigslist himself! Wow.
Yeah, to before determining that it wasn't a credible threat. So
because the guy was basically talking about the students that are graduating.
The students that are graduating, that was the loss of the students. That's all it was, right? But with everything going on,
he worded it poorly.
Yeah, unfortunately, right?
Everybody's kind of all heightened, right?
It's just too bad because that's such a funny senior prank. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's an incredible idea. I can just imagine
like
people in suits showing up and they're like, "All right, I'm pretty interested in this property. It's quite a good deal."
I know. And you know what? You think if that kid who wrote the racist proposal, if that was getting copycatted, this is going to get copycatted. Every single kid's going to be.
That's a very good point. You just worded it a little better. Oh man.
Yeah. Now they know, right? So.
Yeah. If people want to copycat a stupid idea like that, like, I'm not gonna lie, this is stupid, but it's also like genius at the same time. It's like
it's humorous.
Brilliant,
it's funny.
Idiocy.
Like yeah. That's all it is. Like I like these senior pranks because like for the most part they're just like fun, and like every school does them. Like, you know what I mean? Every high school, every graduating class tries to do something, right? And they're just fun for the most part. Like
you get like you get 3 pigs from like a nearby farm. You let them loose in the school.
1, 2, and 4.
Yeah. So then they're like, "Where's pig number 3?"
Looking for the third one. Yeah.
Brilliant.
We had 1 year crickets all through our school.
Oh, really?
They sent everybody home. Yeah. They sent everybody home.
Oh, that's brutal. That's because they like to play cricket in Brampton.
Oh, good one. Quite racist.
No. I'm talking about the city. I'm not talking about any races.
Well,
you brought it on yourself, Dan. All right, continuing with the story.
And then there was another time someone came into our cafeteria and shot fireworks off.
Now that's just stupid.
Launched fireworks everywhere. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I can't think of any particular pranks that happened in my high school.
That's all I can remember, but I wish I would have thought of this at the time.
Oh yeah,
because
this is genius.
It's too bad because it is such a harmless prank. You know what I mean? Just doing that because like nobody's like actually going to believe the school's up for sale, or if someone even inquires about it, like you can't actually sell the school. He can't sell the school. It's just a funny thing, right?
Yeah.
But it's just unfortunately the way he worded it in the thing, right? And
he could have won.
Everything's a little sensitive right now.
About it a better way,
with good reason. But it's too bad because that is hilarious. But what's interesting is now they won't allow him to go to graduation? That's kind of the whole thing about this. He can't graduate, or they won't let him go to the graduation. So which one is it?
When I first saw the headline, I thought it was going to be just because he pulled this prank. I didn't know it was because of all this like extra shenanigans about the investigation and stuff. And so they're like, oh man, that's amazing. But it says here, it just says he's been booted from the commencement. It doesn't give any further details.
So he can still graduate probably because I don't think they can do that and allow him not to graduate, but he's just not allowed to show up to the ceremony, which I still think is a little ridiculous. He was doing like a simple small prank and it just kind of backfired on him and it caused a lot of problems, but like he didn't intend for it to cause those kind of problems. You know what I mean?
It was an innocent prank.
That's not what he was trying to do. Yeah, he was just trying to do something funny, put the school up for sale. And with the police getting involved and stuff, that wasn't his intent. So I think like you shouldn't not allow him to go to his graduation.
Yeah, especially now that it's made like national news.
Yeah, kid made a mistake. It was just whatever. No, it's not even a mistake. I wouldn't even consider this a mistake.
No, he just, it's
but he's sitting there, he's not regretting that he did this. You know what I mean? It's like, it's still funny. It's probably even funnier to him how it escalated so much. You know what I mean?
Once he listens to the ScruffCast, he can be like, oh, damn, I made the ScruffCast is way better than going to commencement.
We got to get... It'd be so cool if we could get these people on as guests, on
I'd love it, even if they could,
they could explain
call
their
into
stories.
The podcast, yeah.
Oh, call in, yeah. Like the poop lady from last week.
Oh, yeah.
Love to get her
I'd
on.
love to get an update on that
We
story.
definitely maybe go to, like, an outside location. I wouldn't want her, like, in a house with us. But,
yeah, I'll brace the mosquitoes for that one.
She'd be pooping everywhere. I mean, you can't trust her. Speaking of pooping.
Nice transition.
Oh, that was a great segue. John, take it away.
All right. So this story is just bizarre. And again, I think I got to lead off just by reading the headline. Sexuality Educator.
First off,
yes. I love cutting it off like that. Now they're thinking, what's the story?
Sexuality Educator. Didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, you look at this woman, she looks like that's what she does.
Is that a profession?
Because you know what they say, those who can't do, teach.
She's a pink-haired lesbian.
Yeah.
That's what she is. Like 100%. Anyway, those who can't do, teach. Oh, I just got that now. That's funny.
Give me a little bit of a zinger. All right. Sexuality Educator suggests parents should ask babies for permission to change their diapers.
Now, this isn't a very new story. This is a couple weeks ago. So everybody's maybe heard of this already, but
I like to think a lot of people get their news straight from the ScruffCast.
Very current we are.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is a doozy, to say the least. John?
We're just letting it sink in.
Okay, right, all right.
What they call a pregnant pause. Speaking of babies. Yeah, so I love it. The article's throwing a little shade here. A so-called sexuality expert's bizarre diaper advice is being dumped on. There's like tons of puns in here.
I know.
So Deanne Carson is the name of the sexuality educator. She recently appeared on ABC News. And, she was getting a lot of flack because she suggested parents should ask their baby for permission before changing a soiled nappy. Now, they use the term nappy in this article a bunch of times. I hate that
Probably because they're British. She's probably British.
There you go. Things are all heightened in Britain.
Hold on, you know what?
I'm
going to play this video.
I don't even know if we should bust out the accents for this.
Also making news today.
Listen.
Yeah, British.
You hear
Baby nappies.
Baby nappy.
the baby nappies. God.
Oi.
You must ask permission for your baby's nappy. It's soiled your nappy.
Like, are they just more advanced in Britain? They're going over and the baby's like, oi, you're touching my nappy. Didn't even ask permission. Oi, mate. So there's a quote from the lady here. She says, we work with children from 3 years old. We work with parents from birth. Just about how to set up a culture of consent in their homes. Now, I understand, things are heightened in, ever since end of 2017, beginning of 2018, there's all the Me Too movement and all this Time's Up stuff going on. And, all these ideas of consent and everything is, it's kind of come to the forefront, right, of all these social issues. Society's, really, I don't want to say become more sensitive to this stuff, but like, it's taking a bigger role, right? People are kind of giving it more thought, right? Ooh, the idea of consent and whatever, and this and that. So I understand what this lady is saying, but it's like just ridiculous. So she suggested parents should ask their infants, I'm going to change your nappy now. Is that okay? that was a British accent there, but that was just trash. So she continued, of course, so she knows a little more than we'll give her. Then we'll give her a little more credit.
She's not a complete moron.
She says, of course a baby's not going to respond. Yes, Mom, that'd be awesome. I'd love to have my nappy changed. But if you leave a space and wait for body language and wait to make eye contact, then you're letting that child know their response matters.
That's even creepier. You're making eye contact with this baby?
Like,
there shouldn't be a sexuality educator talking about changing diapers. What's she doing down there? You're just changing the diaper. Why are you making eye contact?
Yeah, you're there for the poop and nothing more, right, lady? Like, come on.
Oh, wouldn't let her near any of my kids.
And we definitely know this lady has never had any children.
No, for sure.
Maybe she worked at a daycare or something. I don't know. But So, the article goes on to say, of course, some experts vehemently disagree. So, Natalie Brown, child behavior expert Natalie Brown said, babies don't know what permission is, and so trying to teach such a young child about consent in this situation is wrong. If parents didn't change their child's nappy every time they cried or were upset, then we'd have a country full of kids with soiled nappies. And the article goes on to say, in other words, a you-know-what storm. I guess they don't want to say shitstorm, but yes.
Like, I'm just blown away at, and wait for body language. What body language is a baby gonna give you? Like, go ahead, I allow you to change me now.
Yeah, they're not strong enough to, like, raise their legs up and be like, ahoy.
Yeah, or give like a little, like,
nappy time. Yeah, like give a little wiggle. I don't know. This woman's off a rocker, I tell you what.
I understand the point this woman's trying to get to.
Nah, man, this woman, she's just out here for attention.
But, you're taking this a little too far, lady.
She's just out here for attention. There is no point.
Yeah.
Like, really.
No. You're probably right.
How does this lady even get on the news? If I was running ABC News here, and I saw, like, interview with Deanne Carson about soiled nappy permissions, I'd be like, no! Get this lady out of the
Get her out of here, yeah.
Because, like, it wasn't just like she Skyped in. She was, like, at the studio. Or actually, maybe she was, like, Skyped in. I don't know. I wouldn't want this lady anywhere near my studio or my children.
Fact. Speaking of consent, did you hear about Morgan Freeman?
I heard a little bit about this,
but
bites
the dust.
But I'm not 100% sure. So if you got more details,
I don't know. It just he's been accused of acting inappropriately, to some women, and he's claiming, hey, I didn't do anything, this and that, whatever. But I saved this tweet the other day, and I just remembered it now. That's why I'm bringing this up, and I want to run it by you. I want to see how you feel about this. Okay.
Okay. Going in blind here.
So this is kind of
before the podcast.
Okay, because the whole point of this kind of tweet is because people are saying like these Morgan Freeman accusers, like they're reaching a little bit. You know what I mean? It's like a little like some of the stuff they're kind of like complaining about. It's kind of like, oh come on, like you serious? Like he's not actually doing anything. Whatever, right? So this person here says, strange how people say some of the Morgan Freeman accusers are reaching. A feeling of being harassed by someone is subjective. It may even just be someone undressing you with their eyes without any words. I know.
Okay,
so are you not allowed to look at anybody anymore? Well, imagine you're taking the train to go to work one day and someone's walking by you, a woman, and you just kind of you just look up just because that's what you do as a human being. You just look around.
Yeah, people walk by. You notice people are walking by.
Exactly. And then she's like, he was undressing me with his eyeballs. Because it's subjective, clearly, to this woman. You know what I mean? So she sees you just giving a glance over and you're undressing her with your eyeballs. And then, boom, you're charged for sexual harassment. You better start wearing sunglasses everywhere you goddamn go now.
Yeah, I might bring one of those sticks so the people poke around on the
blind
ground.
Sticks?
People
yeah,
just don't know. Man.
Oh, you put one of those in the wrong spot. Can you imagine that? The blind guys are going to be they're going to be the first ones in jail.
Yeah, like they'll be like, I didn't know what I was doing.
I'm blind, for God's sakes.
I'm literally blind. And they'll be like, that's not good enough in 2018.
Yeah.
Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more. Like, it'd be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole subjective part, like, I understand what the tweet was saying, but
yeah,
the whole thing of, like, he's undressing me with his eyes. Like, what, you can read minds now? Whoa, that's a bigger violation of my privacy if you can read minds.
Punch this person through my phone. I was so upset when I read that. Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
That's it. I don't like. I don't know. I don't really care about talking anything else about this Morgan Freeman thing, but I just thought that tweet was funny. Tweet was complaint worthy. That's why I wanted to bring it up.
The thing is, there's so many tweets out there that are complaint worthy these days. It's
and sometimes you come across a gem, and I think that was one of them. That was it.
I think so too.
But as we said, speaking of Twitter, you want to follow us? Follow us at ScruffCast on Twitter.
Yeah, we're always tweeting out fun little things. Things we mention on the podcast. Like, ooh, I got to tweet that out later. They're up there.
Everything we talk about on this podcast, you can pretty much find on there.
Yeah, we got links to listen to the podcast on every source where it's available: iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, Stitcher, if you use that.
I think Twitter's our most used social media. Do we have Facebook?
We do, but it's just stagnant.
Do people use Facebook anymore?
I don't know.
Not really.
Ever since we had the big ScruffCast expose about all their data mining and all that stuff, like, ScruffCast has serious social power. Like, I believe Facebook stock dropped after that episode because that's just how many people were like, I'm not using Facebook. The ScruffCast says it's no good.
That's right. Yeah, so we also have Instagram.
Yes, on Instagram
we got to get better at
the ScruffCast.
We got to get better at doing stuff on Instagram. Which by that I mean you got to get better at doing stuff on Instagram because I don't use it.
Yeah, that's where all the kids are these days.
Oh, everybody's on Instagram.
I try to be better. I'll try to post the dank memes. That's what the kids are into these days.
Oh, dank memes.
Yeah, the dankest.
Okay, maybe next week we can get a translation on dank.
Yeah, I just use the
one
terms.
Of our
I don't know what they
more
mean.
Hip listeners maybe email us and explain to us what that is.
Yeah, and if you want to email us, you can do so at scruffcast@gmail.com.
That's right.
We're always looking for feedback on, what you think of the podcast, because we're hitting 22 episodes now, and we've had quite a lot of topics we've covered, and when you go back to the first few episodes and you listen to now, things have definitely changed and evolved. And I'm curious to think, do the listeners go, oh man, I wish it was like it used to be back in episode 10.
Or they like it more
days.
now.
Episode 10
going in the right direction or are we going in the wrong direction? Let us know.
Episode 10 was actually a stinky one. But
oh yeah, that was not good.
But we're curious to hear your feedback. We've talked before the idea of doing podcasts where they're more in depth just about one specific topic. But what do you guys want? We don't know.
We'll do anything.
Yeah. We'll do anything! Please help us.
All right. I think that's it for this week, John. You have anything to say?
Not really. I mean, go ScruffCast.
All right. Go ScruffCast. Everybody, thanks for listening to episode 22 of the ScruffCast. We'll catch you next week. As I'm watching her go all out, thinking this, oh damn that bad thing. I can tell you're really good at distracting.